Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I will be giving you my horse racing predictions for tomorrow, which will be the 21st of March. Just a quick reflection on today. Well, it's becoming a bit of Unlucky Loaders 15 at the moment. No winners again today. We were really close with Hinton Mint at Taunton in the 340. It looked like it was going to win, but it fell at the last hurdle. But the only one that we had come good today was a place, which was the Richie McLennan ride at Savile. He ran okay, but he was miles away from winning that race. But he placed, which was the main thing. Other two runners, they weren't a million miles away from placing, but they weren't really challenging today. They weren't. They didn't. The horses. They didn't look like they were up for it. But they weren't a million. They weren't a million miles away from being in the action. So I'm kind of picking the right kind of horses that aren't getting pulled up like after a circuit. So they are getting there, but it's just the luck's just not falling our way at the moment. But anyway, I'm going to make some predictions tomorrow for an each way lucky 15, and hopefully some of these selections will come in and we can have our first winner on the channel. So that would be something if we could have our first winner. It's bound to happen anytime soon. I know I said yesterday that I feel like it's only around the corner, but I'm sure it is, because that's the way horse racing goes. You can go for ages without finding any winners, and then all of a sudden they just come flying in left, right and centre, and then you're on a roll, or you just don't get anything. But anyway, here are my predictions for tomorrow for my each way lucky 15. The first pick we go to is at the 2:30 at Exeter, which I've chosen Alfie's Choice, who's currently around 5-1 in the market. He's placed a bit higher with some other bookmakers, but 5-1 is on Sky Bet at the moment. I think he'll keep around about that price, but here's why I think he's worth a punt. He's going to be ridden by Tom Bellamy tomorrow, who has a jockey claim, and the horse is trained by Kim Bailey. Kim Bailey's had a great season this season with handicap debutants, and this horse will be making its handicap debut tomorrow. It's going up in trip, which will be good for the horse, as in its novice runs and bumper runs, it's run around shorter trips. So this horse is going up by about a mile tomorrow, so hopefully that distance up in trip will be good for it. Also as well, the horse that it ran behind last time was called Bobo Mac, who finished third in that race that Alfie's Choice recently ran in. He won today at Seville, Bobo Mac, and if you're going on that form, you think Alfie's Choice has a good chance at doing not so bad tomorrow at Exeter. So that's who I'm going for as our first pick in my each way lucky 15. The second pick we're going to go for is at Wetherby, and it's called Tuwela, who is trained by Pam Sly and will be ridden by Jamie Bargery, again, who were able to use his jockey claim. He's not a bad rider. He's been riding for the Inform stable for Nigel Twiston-Davies. He's had a good few winners for him, and again I think this horse will be there or thereabouts that he's riding tomorrow. He's currently around about 8-1 in the market. If you want to go on Sky Bet, he might be about the same place as elsewhere, but I think this horse might shorten tomorrow once pundits and punters start looking at the horses, and I think he could shorten in the betting to maybe something even like 4 or 5-1, because I think this horse will run a good race tomorrow, as it's off the same winning mark when it last won. And even though it went up high in the weights after it last won, it's been coming down gradually ever since, and he's been running some good races of late. And also on its reappearance in its last race, it finished behind Lady Buttons, who's gone on to win subsequent runs. That horse, Lady Buttons, is a great horse. It's won about 3 or 4 races in the last couple of months. So, and even then, the horse that I've selected here only finished about 2 lengths behind Lady Buttons. So you've got to say that if the form book goes to form, that horse that I've chosen here will run a really good race. So that's Tuwela, who will be running in the 3:25 at Wetherby. So that's who I'm going for as my second pick. My third pick tomorrow is Swing Hard, who's running in the 4 o'clock at Wetherby. He's currently 4-1 in the market. He's trained by Sue Smith and will be ridden by the Inform rider Danny Cook, who's ridden plenty of winners for this stable this season. Swing Hard last ran at Sedgefield in a free horse race. It did come last in that race, but there was only a few lengths between all three horses, and the conditions didn't seem to suit Swing Hard that day. But its previous run was at Wetherby, where it only just finished second. So I think that horse tomorrow, it seems to like the track. It seems to place quite a lot at Wetherby. So I think he should definitely be in the mix. And at 4-1 against its rivals, it kind of really looks the best horse really on paper. So I think 4-1 is a great price to take it, because that is the price of it now, and it is the favourite. And that price might shorten to maybe something like 3 or 2-1 tomorrow. So I definitely think he's definitely a winner there tomorrow, but probably be wrong. But that's who I think will win that race. So that's the third selection in our Each Way Lucky 15. The next and last pick that I've chosen in the Each Way Lucky 15 is Silver Shuffle, who's from the Diane Sayer yard and will be ridden by the great Northern jockey that is Brian Hughes. Brian Hughes has been absolutely terrific this season. I've thought that possibly even a couple of weeks ago, because Dickie Johnson, who's currently in the lead of the jockey stand-ins, was quite a way away in the lead in the jockey championships for the jumps this season, that he was going to run away with the title. But Brian Hughes a couple of weeks ago was really getting that gap really close. But Dickie Johnson's had a few winners in the last week or two, so I think that it's going to take so much catching for Brian Hughes. But I think this horse will give him a winner tomorrow, so hopefully fingers crossed, because that horse currently, Silver Shuffle, is 13-2 in the market, and it's going to be making its first appearance since September. And that horse previously, when it was running some good races. It won a couple of races at Also Play, so if he's anywhere like the form he was in last season, I think he'll be really good tomorrow, and will be there or thereabouts in the places. So at 13-2, while that price is currently around, I'm taking it, because I reckon that could shorten to maybe something like 4 or 5-1 later on as we get closer to the race time. So that horse is Silver Shuffle, and it's running in the 4:35 at Wetherby. Anyway, that's my predictions for today. If you have any other predictions for tomorrow, or disagree with me, or even agree with me, bizarrely, leave some comments in the comments box below. Subscribe if you want to keep hearing more predictions from Lucky Loaders 15, and I'll see you tomorrow.